Irashaimase! Hello and welcome to Fitaurus' Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Fitaurus. It's time once again for Shoot 'em Up Saturday, and on the menu today we've got a special treat. Axelay for the Super NES, released by Konami. Widely considered to go and be one of the best, if not the best, shoot 'em up on the Super NES. So what kind of taste will this fine game go and have? Let's find out. Axelay by Konami. Alright, here, let's go and have a quick look at the setup menu to make sure everything is the way I want it. For these kind of games, I usually prefer my shot and missile to be on the same button, so looks like those are both on Y, so that's perfect. You can go and change your weapons with R and L, trigger speed max, level normal, sound stereo, brightness all the way up. Yep, we should be good. And here we go. Alright, so first off, before each stage you have to go and select your weapons for your starfighter, which is the titular, well, that's the title of the game, is also the name of the starship, the Axelay. Specifically, the full call number for it is the D-117B Axelay. So, we have a weapon select before each stage. You've got 3 possible areas to go and assign weapons to: the pod, the side, and the bay. But at the start of the game, you actually only have one weapon you can go and assign to each position, so the weapon select is actually pretty redundant. So we got straight laser for the pod, the round Vulcan for the side, and for the bay we've got the macro missile.
Arms installation is complete. Good luck.
Thank you. Arms installation is complete. The game has wished us good luck. Alright, here we are, stage 1 of Axelay. Axelay is a game that goes and actually makes use of both the horizontal scrolling and the vertical scrolling stages. So the first stage is vertical, then we'll go and have a horizontal scrolling, and then another vertical. So for the purposes of today's Shoot 'em Up Saturday, I'm going to go and shoot to get through the first 3 stages with minimal loss of life and continues. Hopefully, like, no continues, and as I said, minimal loss of life. So, one thing that's really fun and unique about Axelay is the way that Konami went and made use of the Super Nintendo's Mode 7 scrolling for the vertical stages, going and kind of giving us a little bit of what's the term for it? Well, basically, like, we're going and looking over the horizon of the planet as we go and move forward. It's really a neat effect, and definitely one of those things that when you go and first play this game is kind of like, whoa. Alright, it looks like we're already to our first sub-boss. Oh, I haven't gone over the weapons. So, we have the 3 weapons, and we can go and change between them with, like, the L and the R. One thing that the weapons do go and give us is it's the ability to go and take hits. If we go and take damage from pea shooters and regular shots, we'll go and lose the weapon that's currently equipped. And then it'll go and automatically switch you to the next weapon in line. Which is great, because that essentially means that just as long as you're not running into big enemies or anything like that, you can go and take 3 hits before you go and lose a life on the 4th. So it definitely provides some more survivability in a genre which can be very harsh, you know, 1-hit kills. That's, like, honestly, that's kind of what I'm used to in so many RPGs, is just that, not RPGs, shoot 'em ups, is that evil 1-hit KO scenario that you run into oh so often. So that's definitely a fun and unique scenario. As far as the weapons themselves, there aren't any that are particularly better than others overall. It just depends on the situations for which ones you're going and using them. So for this stage, I'll have to admit, maybe I do have a preference for the round Vulcan, which, as you go and hold the button, it'll go and sweep around to the front of your ship. You let go of it, it goes and sweeps around to the back. There's the macro missile, which goes and fires a series of missiles that can go and deal heavy damage, but they're slow and hard to aim. But you do also go and get a machine gun shot to go and back you up on there. And then there's also the straight laser, which, I don't know. The straight laser was never a good name for it in my mind. It always just looked like a fireball to me. But your mileage may vary on that one. If you think it's a great straight laser, definitely say so. Okay, we're up to our first boss, this crazy spider-like enemy here. So, one attack it's got is that web that goes and holds us in place. Oh. Well, there's an example of me going and getting hit and losing the straight laser. Let's change to macro missile, see if we can go and do some heavy damage against this guy pretty quickly. Well, that's 2 out. I've lost the straight laser, and I've lost the macro missile. So let's see if I can go and take this guy down without losing a life. I'll have to be a little bit on the careful side here. Okay, so that web weapon of his is down, so now he'll go and be more inclined to go and charge me. Oh, sweet. He didn't go and get the opportunity. Alright, that's stage 1, taken down, no lives lost. We're on a roll. I did take 2 hits, but in the grand scheme of things, I think I can go and accept that. Alright, so after going and defeating that stage, we went and gained another weapon. So for pod, we still going to have just the straight laser. For the side, we still have the round Vulcan. But now we have 2 choices of missiles. The macro missile and the explosion bomb. So as far as the vertical stages, they both kind of behave pretty similarly. I kind of feel like the explosion bomb goes and deals more damage. But since we're going into our first horizontal stage of the game, the macro missiles actually go and fire directly forward, and the explosion can even go and, penetrate into an enemy. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that weapon, because I feel like it's the better choice for this stage. Right. Arms installation is complete. Good luck. So here we are, stage 2 of Axelay, the first horizontal scrolling stage. I can't remember exactly its name, but it's usually referred to as Colony. For one thing, just on a side note, the soundtrack for this game is just phenomenal. It's one of my favorite parts of the game, and definitely what goes and makes it stand out as much as it goes and does. But as the name of the stage, or at least what I went and called it, goes and implies, is it's a space colony. We get some nice attention to detail there. We go and have an airlock door that we went and flew through. Now we're in the inner airlock. And on the other side, excuse me, on the other side, we've got the other airlock. And now we're onto the inside of the colony. A little bit of a scrolling background hitsy here to go, and I'm assuming that they're trying to go and emulate the concept of oh dang it, that's bad. I already lost the round Vulcan, which is like so useful in this stage. We'll go ahead and go out with a straight. Never mind. I guess we'll go back to going and using the round Vulcan. Anyway, the scrolling background is likely just trying to go and emulate the way that a space colony would go and be rotating to go and provide gravity for the inhabitants. It's kind of a neat little, like I said, just attention to detail. While I was going and noting the airlock doors, I feel like the rotating background is kind of the same feature. You know, just a little nod to science. Even though this is sci-fi, it never goes and hurts to have a little bit of grounding in, well, I guess I can't say reality, because how many space colonies do we go and have that, like giant space colonies that go and orbit the planet that have their own rotating gravity? Last time I checked, not very many. So maybe the rotating colony in and of itself is a piece is a piece of science fiction in and of itself. Let's see if we can go and get to the boss without taking any more, losing any more lives here. It's not too much farther if I'm not mistaken. Let's Just have to go and be a little extra careful here, both approaching the boss and on the boss itself. Definitely, the soundtrack for this game is just incredible. Alright, we're just about there. So, you have to wonder about how well the citizens of this space colony are going and doing, because this airlock here doesn't look like it's in very good shape at all. Maybe it's trying to go and indicate something to us, like there might be trouble up ahead. Of course, you know, the klaxon could easily be enough of an indicator on that. Oh, just a little side note, the enemy that we're going and facing is called the Armada of Annihilation. Great name to go and have, right? It's definitely what you want to be known for. Going around annihilating things. It's like people love annihilation, and are so happy and willing to go and accept such. Alright, here we are. This is Stage 2's boss. I'm not sure on his name, but you got to admit, there's nothing quite as awesome as like walking mechs with Gatling guns, just, you know, walking backwards. I can't actually damage him yet, so okay, now I can. So first things first, we're going to get rid of that Gatling gun, so he can't use that on us. Oh, crap. Now he's got his spread cannon that he goes and fires. And he also has one other attack, well, I guess a couple of attacks that we'll go and see here momentarily. Come on, come on. You know you want to, you know you want to. Oh, fine. Not necessarily the way I like to go and approach this fight, but having lost my missiles right off the bat, I don't feel like I'm left with much choice. Round Vulcan FTW. Well, I hope it's FTW anyway. Like, FTL would definitely not be the way I'd want to go and do it. Great game though, by the way, FTL. Okay, that's its other big attack, is that evil laser beam of death. It also has a charge attack where he'll come charging at me, but we're not going to go and get to see that because he'd be dead. Really nice explosion to go and finish things off there. Alright, that's stage 2. Now, back to the weapon select. So after stage 2, it goes and unlocks another for the pod. We've got the needle cracker, and we'll totally go and take that one. I'm kind of sixes on whether it's actually better than the straight laser or not, but it's, well, for the purpose of our run through, I think it'd be at least great to go and demo what I've got. Side still only has the one weapon, the round Vulcan, and really, in case you've noticed, that's all we need. The round Vulcan is just so awesome. Then for Bay, macro missile, and explosion bomb, just to go and show it off, we'll go ahead and go with the explosion bomb. Alright, we're back to a vertical scrolling stage this time around. This stage, I believe, is titled Urbanite? You'll see why in just a moment. Once again, the music for the stage is just awesome. These guys suck. Alright, now you might be able to go and see why it's titled Urbanite. We're going and flying over this awesome... In my mind, I've always gone and kind of pictured this to be kind of like a casino city, along the lines of Sonic's, casino... Oh, dang it. Casino Nights or something like that. Okay, so we're down to one life. Let's see if I can go and finish the stage on this continue, or if I'm going to have to go and come back through and do this one more time. So anyway, as I was going to mention it in my intro, this Axelay is regarded by many to go and be one of the best, if not the best, shoot 'em up for the system. It does go and have some of the slowdown that when playing some earlier entries in the genre on the console, like Gradius 3, but in most situations, I don't feel like it goes and really detracts that much from the game itself. Alright, here we are with the sub-boss for the stage. I'm going to try and use the explosion bomb, see if I can't take him out pretty quick. He's got those super big lasers. Well, I didn't eliminate his lasers with his laser cannons, but I lost the explosion bombs in the process. Not looking promising for our run here. We've got the round Vulcan, and that's going to have to go and carry us basically all the way through the rest of the stage. We still have a fair bit to go as well. Oh well, we got to go and try, at the very least. So actually, those beams, if I remember correctly, don't actually damage you with those enemies. It just goes and scrambles your weapons. Where considering 2 of my weapons are actually out, that could be quite problematic if I go and get hit with my weapon scrambled. Well, and I'm suddenly going and using one of my out weapons, then that's like it for me rather than the one more shot I can go and take. Not that you have a great chance of survival once all your weapons are exhausted, but destroyed, depleted, however you want to go and refer to it. But at least, well, it's better than nothing. I guess at that point it is nothing, so maybe it's not that great. So, one thing that I've always personally thought was a little bit strange about this stage, what's the purpose of going and building pipe-like mazes what seems like miles above the ground? It doesn't seem like there's really a whole lot of point to it, but alien forces, the Armada of Annihilation, they just annihilate things, so maybe I have to build something too. Okay, here we are at Stage 3's boss. This guy is actually pretty neat. He goes through several awesome warping forms. So that first one, with just the eye itself, was the first one. Now we have this interesting looking... doesn't it go look like a witch's hat? It totally has always kind of been that to me. That goes and spits out these exploding orbs, causing massive slowdown on the Super Nintendo. Woo, that's not good. Okay, we're in that scenario that I went and mentioned, where we have no weapons and everything is out. But we will persevere. Alright, and now we are to its final form, when it goes and dons this massive red armor. Missiles, laser beams, shots, this thing's gonna go, has it all, and takes me out. Hey! Needlecracker, long time no see! Awesome! Alright. Well, it wasn't a perfect run. I did go and lose some lives, but one continue all the way from stages 1 through 3. So, after that, we go and get another weapon for the Bay, the cluster bomb. I'll be honest, this is just one weapon that I simply do not like. As you can go and see from the pattern there, it's supposed to go and drop behind you, and I have never used it. Tried it a few times, thought it was useless, and have never used it since. But anyway, we'll go ahead and call that the end of Shoot 'em Up Saturday for today. Once again, thank you so much for going and joining me. If you have any suggestions for Shoot 'em Ups that you'd like to go and see me play on Shoot 'em Up Saturday, please leave them in the comments below. And thank you so much for coming, and please come again.